30-day, 1 mile a day challenge. It's day 14, y'all. Can you believe it's been 2 weeks already? Started this thing, 0 miles. We've walked 13 already. This is mile 14. You guys see from the thumbnail, we're taking the road less traveled. 2 weeks in, and this is where something very interesting starts to happen. Most people start to drift. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever set a goal and been able to make it past 2 weeks? Most people don't get there. It's not because they can't get to 2 weeks, but because they choose not to keep going. So the real question is, are you choosing the easy road in life, or are you going to choose the road less traveled? So for those of you who have been here for every day for the last 14 days, you know what time it is. It's the 1 mile a day, 30-day challenge. Now, why are we doing this? Because although this is a Colorado Buffaloes channel, and we have a lot of football content on here, one of the things that Coach Prime preaches is he wants his players to be successful on and off the field. So as Common Sense Buffs, we want to cheer for the team so that they're successful on Saturdays, but we want to be successful off the field. And the foundation of that is good health. 14 straight days of showing up. I look forward to these moments. Now, it's not always easy. It's not like I have more motivation, more energy, fewer things to do with my day than you do. Everybody's day is busy nowadays. You gotta take care of yourself, gotta take care of your family. You know, if you have a significant other, you got kids, you got aging parents, brothers, sisters, then you got work. You got a lot of things pulling at you. But guess what? If you don't keep the main thing, and the foundational thing, which is good health, man, you're gonna pay the cost both in the short term and in the long term. What are some ways you pay the cost in the short term? Lack of energy, poor sleep, over-reliance on sugar, which I'm on right now. I need to cut the sugar out. Over-reliance on caffeine. Those are some of the short-term prices that we pay for not putting our health first. Long-term, because I work in healthcare, I see it. Right? Morbid obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, and the list goes on. But by just committing to yourself to do one simple thing, which is join us on the 1 mile a day challenge, you can begin to reverse a lot of those things. And it can be the path to your transformation. So 14 straight days, we've been talking about which path in life you're going to choose. Because every day is going to present you with 2 different options. So if you're still here, go ahead and put day 14 in that chat. Big shout out to everybody who's been supporting the show with the super chats. You've been becoming members, and you've been dropping those gifts on the live stream. I appreciate you. Now, most people don't realize that the path they're on is the default path, because you're not consciously choosing your path. Most people just follow what is easy. We'll talk about the scientific reasons behind why the default is easy. It's easy to just skip a day. It's easy to tell yourself, I'll just start tomorrow. And it's easy to always try to find the shortcut. That is the default path. Make an excuse to skip. Tell yourself you're going to start tomorrow and take shortcuts. Listen, if you've tuned in for more than 2 days and you've told yourself every time, you know what, I like what he's doing, I'm going to start tomorrow. How many times have you told yourself you're going to start tomorrow and you actually started anything? That's the default path. It's a subconscious path. And where do you think these statements come from? Why do you think they seem so rehearsed? They seem so automatic? We're going to talk about that. And guess what that leads to? What the default path leads to is an average life. Now, there's nothing wrong with average in the United States of America, except for the fact that the United States of America is not standing still. What it used to cost to afford the American dream and what it used to take to live the American dream is constantly changing. And so the default path in a lot of ways used to work, but it's breaking down slowly but surely. And word to the wise is, you got to get ahead of this thing, or it's going to run you over. That's the thing about our system. It's just like nature. Either you're going to adapt and adjust, or this thing's going to run you over. And to use natural language, the default path and those who stay on it are going to find themselves extinct. So what we're doing on this channel is we are evolving. We are forcing ourselves to evolve. All right? So let's be honest in the chat. Did you take the easy path today? When it came time to work out, did you skip it? Right? Did you stop working at 4 o'clock knowing you should have been working through 5, 6, 7? That project you knew you should have started today, did you procrastinate one more day and put it off until tomorrow? If you did, I'm not talking down to you. I'm right here with you. But what this 1 mile a day challenge is doing is forcing me to rewire my brain. And even on those days when I don't feel like doing this, I make myself do it. And the same neural pathway that I'm using to make myself walk a mile a day is the same neural pathway that I need to use to do other hard things in my life. I'm telling you, once you begin to do something difficult, every other difficult thing in your life becomes easier if you can just master one. It is the same neural pathways that you're carving into your mind over and over and over again that get used over and over again. So for example, if your neural pathways get carved in that every time something gets hard, I quit, or everything I don't like to do, I put off, anywhere in your life, it just won't be exercise. It's going to show up in your study habits. It's going to show up in planning, especially for financial planning. Guys, to get to your financial goals, it's going to take a lot of hard work and discipline. The same thing that you have to do and the same process you have to stick to get into great physical shape is the same process you have to stick to get into great financial shape. All right, somebody was giving us the gifts right now. I appreciate it. I see some people in here. Man, your handle, I can't really pronounce it, but big shout out to you for the gifts. Much appreciated. Appreciate you being here. All right, so let's get into the research. Because just like our football content, and if you're a football fan and you're attracted to this channel because we have one of the best Colorado Buffaloes communities out there, you know, we drop film studies on Tuesday, we drop roster analysis on Thursday, and then we got the biggest, the largest community live show on Saturday at noon. Listen, if you're a Colorado Buffaloes fan, you got to tune into this channel Saturdays at noon, where we bring the community together and I interact with you guys and have real football conversations. But at 7:30 p.m., we're doing something different, which is what we're doing now. We're working ourselves into being successful off the field. So not only do I want to have the community of the most educated, passionate Colorado Buffaloes fans for football, I want to have the most in shape, the richest, the community that's thriving of Colorado Buffalo fans. That's what Common Sense Buffs is about. It's about marrying the two. We want the team to win on the field. We want the players to win off the field as well. We want the team to win on the field, and we want to win off the field as well. In 2026, it's your year to go 10-2 and win the Big 12 championship in your life. So let's get into the science. Let's get into the science. There's research that shows something very powerful. We are naturally wired to conserve energy. Your brain prefers the easy option. You are going to have to go counter. Just like a football play, you're going to have to go counter. You're going to have to run a counter on your brain. Your brain is constantly looking for ways to conserve energy. But you know, to get to the next level is going to require you to burn energy. Whether that's in your fitness routine, that's in your study, your reading, anything that requires action, the action of moving forward, making progress in your life is going to require energy. What do you do with a brain that's trying to do the opposite? In the chat, has it ever felt like your brain was going to war against you? Have you felt like, though you have the best intentions, your brain doesn't always cooperate with you? But here's the catch. Choosing the harder path usually leads to the better outcome. Choosing effort instead of conservation, choosing effort builds confidence, it builds discipline, and it reshapes your identity. And at the end of the day, I don't want to walk a mile, because walking a mile is easy to do and it's easy not to do. What I want to become is I want to become identified as a person who walks a mile. Because a person who walks a mile doesn't see walking a mile as a chore. It's part of their identity. Okay? So nobody, I know this is a heavy claim, you should say never, but no one has accidentally ended up being disciplined. There's not a child in this world who accidentally became a disciplined, well-behaved child. That does not happen on accident. What happens to achieve that? You reinforce that every single day, multiple times a day. Every mistake is corrected. All the lessons are constantly reinforced. That is how a child becomes disciplined. It is a choice of the parent in partnership with the child to achieve discipline. Every single day, the question for you is, are you disciplining yourself? Are you letting yourself slide in the behaviors you know that are necessary to take you to the next level when you wouldn't let your child slide in the same way? Let's talk about it. So what do I do? How do I get through this mile? Let me talk you through some things. I do my mile on the treadmill. You do your mile outside. Some of the people who are doing the mile with me, like Harold Mitchell, Great Stove, Cloud Living, they might hop on the exercise bike and do it. However you get it done, get your mile in. The weather's getting out, getting better too. Get your vitamin D in. Get out in the sun. I had an opportunity to do a mobility workout today. Out back, got the sunlight in my eyes and on my body. But the question is, how are you disciplining yourself? Do you show up every day? Do you follow through? Do you take the harder path? That's the difference. You got to choose the harder path every single day. Me doing this mile a day for 30 days is not just a workout. It's a decision. A decision to do what most people won't, to stay consistent when others fall off, and build something over time. That is the definition of the road less traveled, y'all. Are you willing to do what most people won't do, to stay consistent when other people fall off, and build something over time? So I'm going to use that and draw a parallel to the Colorado Buffaloes this year. Because the same thing that applies to our personal lives in terms of whether or not we're disciplined or not applies to a football team. Everybody wants to win. There is not a single team in the Big 12 that their coaches are not pouring into them that they are winners. Just because we have an opportunity to see it in Colorado because of Well Off and all of those other channels that we follow so closely, doesn't mean other teams are not doing the same thing. But here's what's going to separate those teams come time for the season. The teams that are going to win the Big 12 or be in the hunt are going to be the teams that not only do the work, but that choose to put in the extra work. So, player A shows up on time for practice, practices the full practice, and goes home. Player B shows up early for practice, practices the whole practice, and stays late with other teammates and coaches to keep working on their game. The team in the Big 12 that is made up of more player Bs will win the Big 12. The team that is made up of more disciplined players who put in the extra work and take the hard path is going to be the team that wins the Big 12. That's the bottom line. Now, of course, you have mitigating circumstances like injuries and stuff like that. We get it. But at the core, the essence, you don't have to guess if you're going to be successful if you're putting in the extra work, you're staying disciplined, and you're choosing the hard path. Teams that do that are the teams that separate themselves and the teams that win championship. So if you're choosing the harder path, in the comments, I need you to put in there, less travel. Less travel. All right, man, we got this 3-minute pace. You're getting real comfortable with it. It's day 14, 14 miles, 1 mile at a time. And so I appreciate you guys being here, man. A lot of gratitude. Big shout out to our founding members, those of you who are supporting the show financially. Big shout out to all of you who are dropping the gifts in the live stream. It is much appreciated. We're going to keep putting this work in and building the community that you can come to and be around like-minded people who are trying to build something positive. All right? So that's why this community is successful. All right, so if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Hit that like button so more like-minded people can see this content. And join me in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Every Saturday at noon is the community live show. Come in here and talk Colorado football. We're going to be talking about Colorado's defense. Former football player, former cornerback. I love defense. We're going to be talking about defense this Saturday at noon for the community live show. It's going to be lit, man. You never know who might pop up on a community show. Could be Say No More one day. Could be David Talks Buffs. Definitely could be Coach Dre. Could be Rob the Man Media. Could be JR Boxing. You never know who's going to pull up on a Saturday at noon. So tap in with us. All right, here goes the final push. Are you taking the road less traveled? Are you choosing the hard things in life? That is the way you succeed on and off the field. All right, let's push right now. Last lap. Okay? You're making the choice to show up again. You're showing up for yourself. Not only yourself today, but your future self as well. Your future self told me to tell you thank you. Yourself 10 years in the future told me to tell you thank you. The choices you're making today, that person's going to live with the consequences. All right? So 14 miles, man. We do this thing. It's real easy, casual conversation. We walk about a day. We're almost going to be done here in 20 minutes and just like that. So if you've been here every single day with me, type in the comments day 14. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Run up the score by hitting that like button. We're going to be right back here tomorrow. First, I'm going to see you on the live show. So the road less traveled isn't easy, y'all. But the road less traveled is worth it. And just like that, Another mile in the books. So I'm going to end it like this. Pray that the Almighty is blessing you, that he's keeping you in good health, and that whatsoever your hand touches shall prosper. And if you're going through hard times, remember that hard times don't last forever. Right? And until next time, peace.